Halftime Howie here from the beautiful Alegria Hotel in Long Beach. And I'm with two of the Shark players who have been instrumental in the Sharks being undefeated. Martin's Vitolins. Martins, how are you?
Great.
And Oskar Lindberg.
Hello.
All right, now, they come from different countries. I think it'd be nice to give a little greeting to their home countries. And Martins, what do you say hello to your folks in Latvia?
Sveiki visiem. Ceru, ka jums ļoti labi iet. Man šeit Ņujorkā viss ideāli.
And Oskar, a little note to your friends in Sweden?
Hej alla allihopa där hemma. Hoppas ni har det bra gjort den. Själv har jag hur bra som helst här i Long Beach, New York.
All right, cool. I'm going to start with you, Martins. What was it like growing up as a kid in Latvia? Why don't you give us the little Martins? What was it like growing up in Latvia?
I mean, it's a small country, you know, it's only 2 million people total, and I was born in a small town, and everyone knew each other, and it was nice, you know, it was quiet, peaceful.
When did you develop your passion for hockey? When did that come?
I mean, I was 7 years old when they built an ice rink in my town, and my dad took me for a skate, and I just couldn't really go out. Like, I started and I knew that's my thing.
That was for you? All right, Oskar, same for you. What was it like growing up in Sweden? What are your early memories growing up in Sweden?
I have kind of a similar history to Martin's. I grew up in a small city close to Stockholm, the capital. Like, I was like a normal kid in a small town in Sweden.
That's great. And when did you develop your passion for hockey?
I think my dad bought my first skates when I was like five years old or something. And since then I just love the sport.
Now there's a lot of Swedish superstars. If you had to pick like one or two of your favorite players from Sweden, who would they be?
Of all time?
Of all time.
I would probably say, first of all, of course, Peter Forsberg, played in Colorado and in, I don't know the rest of the teams. He's like a phenomenal hockey player, a great guy. I've met him. He's such a nice guy.
How about the Sundin twins?
Sundin?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're such a skilled. They have a high skill with a puck. Yeah, they are just phenomenal players. They scored today against Finland.
And you gotta love the goalie too from New York, the King.
The King Henrik. He is probably one of the best goalies ever for Sweden.
And how excited were you when they beat Russia? How big was that in your country?
Yeah, I know hockey is a big thing in Sweden, so I think it was a pretty big thing. I read it on some of the newspapers in Sweden that we haven't beat Russia in 30 years.
So that was a very huge victory.
It was a huge victory.
Okay, now, you know, I love watching you two on the ice because you guys have a great chemistry. It's almost, you guys are on the first line. It's almost like you always know where Oscar's going to be. Oskar knows where you're going to be. Talk about how you guys have such great chemistry playing together.
I mean, first of all, we have played together for 2 years before, and the other thing is we play kind of the same game style. You know, we kind of know what, like, if I go, I knew what he's gonna do, where he's gonna be, because he goes the same way I do. That just makes everything so much easier.
How about for you? What's it like playing with Martins? Again, I mean, you know, when you guys are on the ice, I love watching you because you guys are just like so smooth together. The chemistry is amazing.
Yeah, like Martin said, we've played together for 2 years since back home in Sweden, and we have the same play style. I know where he is on the ice, and he's high skilled, so it's easy to play with him.
All right. Do you feel, you guys are on the first line, you get a lot of ice time, you get a lot of responsibility, you're on the power plays, a lot of ice time. Do you feel pressure being on the first line and being expected to be the guys that are come and score the goals?
Of course, I mean, there is some of the pressure because, like, we're like the top line, we have to score most of the goals. But we just try not to think about it and just play our game, you know, help the team however we can.
Do you feel that responsibility that, you know, a lot is expected from you and Martins in the top line to produce and score goals and help the Sharks get off to a good start?
Yeah, definitely. I've always had a lot of pressure on myself, first of all, and my team have always had a lot of pressure on me. So kind of natural to me.
And one thing I've noticed is that you guys are kind of like marked men when you get on the ice. That the other team focuses on you, they put a lot of hits on you. Do you feel that from the opponents, that they know that you guys are talented and they put a little extra attention on you two guys?
I mean, of course they're gonna play a little bit rougher on us because, you know, they see the stats, they look around, like that's what I do before every game. I check the other team best players, you know. I guess they do the same thing, you know. They'll play a little bit like rougher on us, dirty hits, you know, to take just away our game. But that's why we have our like tough guys who just whenever we are
Like at the beginning of the game against Cape Cod, you took a rough hit, you were down. Talk about that play, because you were covered pretty quick, but there was some nervous people in the audience, and that hit you took early in the game.
I mean, yeah, that was a really dirty hit. It was checking from behind, but the thing is, I saw him, you know, and I got kind of ready for that hit, so I didn't get hurt that much. But coach was really pissed about that, and that's why one of our guys, Sam, he just took out, dropped the gloves against that guy, and showed him that he can't do it.
Was it nice to know that your teammate had your back?
Yes, so of course it's always nice that you know that your like family, your guys in the team, that will take like watch out for your back. It's always nice.
Do you worry about other teams taking cheap shots at your Oskar? Because it's bound to happen this season. Already has.
Yeah, like I've been in this situation before back home in Sweden. Like if you look at me and Marty's, we're not the biggest guys in the teams. And of course we will get some hits, but it's part of the game.
Okay.
We're just gonna live with it.
Now let's talk about Long Beach. You guys came over, and happy to say that Kim is a good friend of mine. What's it been like living in the west end of Long Beach, and you birthed Mother Kim, I'm sure. It's been, from day one, you guys clicked. What it's been like living with Kim?
I mean, she's so friendly. Like you just, since the first day, I felt like I'm home. You know, it wasn't like I wasn't shy to do some kind of thing. She was so welcome. I just loved it. You know, we just clicked so fast. So I guess that's the most important thing.
What's it like having living with someone like Kim, so giving, and you guys have been like a family right from day one?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's been so kind. She makes so much food for us. She makes us feel like home. Like,
and she's a great cook too, right?
She's a great cook. Yeah, she's perfect for us.
Absolutely. And Lawrence, well, how do you like Long Beach so far? It's a beach town. People love their hockey. There's a lot of great places like the Alegria where we're doing the thing. A lot of great restaurants. How have you enjoyed the Long Beach experience?
And it's nice here, you know. We live right by the beach, you know. Whenever we're free, me and Oskar, we can go to the beach, just relax. Everything's quiet, peaceful here. Like the people up here are like kind, you know. A lot of supporters for our team. I mean, I love it. It's nice.
You enjoying the New York experience, though, Oskar?
Oh yeah, especially the weather. Back home in Sweden, it's pretty cold right now, so I'm really enjoying this.
Now, it's kind of ironic.